Hello guys and welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum COLOR Deep Savers, and for today's log we have Octomon, also known as Octmon in the Japanese version. But anyway, before we continue with today's log, just have to say if you're a fan of Digimon or raising virtual pets, you've come to the right channel, because I document every Digimon that I raise and upload at least twice a week. So if you're interested in such content, go ahead and squirt some of Octomon's spurting ink, get a like and subscribe button, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Well, let's get down to today's log. We have Octomon. It's quite cool. In terms of its artwork, if you look it up, I think it looks amazing. Actually, it's one of the rare times where your clown of the roster, quote unquote, actually looks quite interesting, and the sprite is also interesting as well. Now, before I continue with etymology, usually my pattern is I will try to evolve my Digimon or document them in sequence, and by right after Marine Devimon it should be a mega level, but as seen in the earlier log, I messed up and Marine Devimon can't evolve naturally into a mega level. So I'm actually starting on the Octomon line instead, and I'm going to utilize the Digimon Pendulum's Jogress feature of my other two devices to try to catch me up in my progress. So that's why I'm moving on to Octomon for my next log, for this log basically, right? We'll move on to evolve, and then after that I will use the Jogress feature to catch up, getting the mega that I actually wanted. So I'll show later in the subsequent logs. I think the next two logs it will become more apparent on what I'm trying to do. But anyway, let's start with the log, and rather than the logic part of it. Etymology and origin of its name, Octomon, needs not much explanation. It's basically derived from the word octopus. So the Japanese name is Octmon without the octo, right? It's just OCT, Octmon. But the English version decided to call it Octomon. Not sure why they have to change it, but I'm fine with that. Not much of a difference. Just that, it does create a different type of name for some reason. Not sure why they wanted to do that. Okay, that's the origin of his name. Let's look at his profile on Digimon.net. It's a mollusk Digimon discovered in a virus that a malicious hacker used when trying to crash a rival's computer. Okay, I never knew that origin story. Octomon is an obsessive collector, sporting claws at the end of its tentacles that it obtained from Devidramon's data. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Now to mention it, the claws do look like Devidramon's claws, so that's interesting. And covering itself in digi-treasure that is scavenged from the depths of the net ocean, many Fujitsumon, which are a small type of shellfish Digimon, attach themselves to the pot that Octomon wears on its head. Oh, I didn't know that the small little things attached to its heads are actually other types of Digimon called Fujitsumon. Now, if you look carefully at the artwork, you look it up later, you can actually see that there are mini pairs of eyes that are around the Octomon. So those are the Fujitsumon, which is mentioned in its profile. These Fujitsumon have highly developed senses, and it's believed that they are part of a symbiotic relationship with Octomon, warning it when they sense danger. Octomon's special move is spurting ink, by which it fires out a blast of highly poisonous ink. So yeah, now that I mention it, yes, this does ring a bell. It's not the first time I'm seeing Octomon's profile. Obviously, I've documented this on the Vital Bracelet before, but it's been a while, pardon me, and now that I read it in more detail again, yeah, it's very interesting that there's this little Fujitsumon things that around its head that forms that symbiotic relationship. I think if I recall correctly, this part of it was also featured before in an anime. Maybe not, but yeah, I do find this really interesting. That's it for his profile. Let's look at evolution conditions, and we do that we have to go to humulos.com. That is my go-to place for everything that I need when it comes to raising virtual pets, because evolution conditions are important. That's how you ensure they get the evolution you want. Like the case of Marine Devimon, that was a bad example. I knew how to get it, but I didn't manage to fulfill those conditions. But at least I know that, by failing to fulfill the conditions, I have to go a different method to get the Digimon that I want. Alright, so that's the reason why I was able to raise every Digimon, you know, on Vital Bracelet BE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color, thanks to Humalos.com. So if you're ever stuck trying to raise a specific Digimon, go to Humalos.com. Case in point, Octomon here, it's evolution conditions. When you are trying, you can either evolve it from Gomamon, which is basically get 0 condition hearts, meaning a lot of chemistics, and 0 effort, meaning no training at all. You can also get him from Shakomon, which is 0 condition hearts, a lot of chemistics once again, and 0 to 2 effort. So a little bit of training is fine, but not too many. That's how you can get Octomon for sure. So that's its evolution condition. Interesting. So back on the Digimon Pendulum Deep Savers original, his evolution condition was basically the one where you just treated it really badly, and that's the one that, you know, the Digimon will evolve into. And so it was always quite cool back then to see Octomon Sprite, because his sprite actually looks interesting, which we'll take a look at later. But yeah, being the clown like the Numimon, the Sukamon, the Schoolmon, and the Vegimon type, the one that there's the weakest in that roster, his sprite actually looks cool. So usually they look like that, you know, because they are the weakest one. But in this case, his sprite actually looks quite interesting and artwork as well. So it was one of the points in my childhood when I felt like, hey, even when you land on the weakest one, it still looks quite interesting, and you know, the consolation prize is not that bad. That's the mentality I had anyway. Alright, anyway, since we are talking about sprite and we are done with the profile, let's take a closer look at this sprite, shall we? Alright, and here we have Octomon on the device. Let's take him out of Gigimon's house and put him in the ocean. Okay, and this is very nostalgic. Yes, having seen Octomon many times, it's really nice to see him in color right now. Black and white back then was different, but yeah, this is really cool. This is how I would imagine him if he was in color. And yeah, although it's not as great as a Vital Bracelet sprite, but this is as good as they can do for 16 by 16 pixel. The different shades of brown looks interesting on the head, for it's a helmet thing. Of course, I cannot imagine them trying to depict the Fujitsumon, because they really look very small on the artwork. So I think this is the best they can do. So anyway, sprite looks cool. Let's see its feeding animation. You get a piece of protein. Let's see it eating the protein. Let's see the training animation. Shake a little because it's virus. Right, the ink looks cool. That's how I imagine the ink should be like. Black, red, yeah. Slightly different from Gesomon's red ink. I don't know where that comes from. But yeah, this black red shade actually looks quite good. So that's the sprite. It's happy, successful training sprite. Let's see the angry animation. Let's skip ahead. That's its angry animation. Doesn't look that much different from the happy animation, aside from the eyes being rather telling. Let's see the battle as well, since we need to do some battles for it to evolve. Against Sealmon is not great. Yeah, not fantastic. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because it's a virus against vaccine, even though it's champion against rookie. Okay, Seal against Gomamon. Actually quite Sealmon. Oh no! I can just skip ahead to see if it wins. Alright, it wins. Awesome. Against Shakomon, I think it's okay. It's virus against virus, so the type disadvantage isn't that bad. It's just about champion versus rookie. Alright, great. And against the boss, even though it's boss, but it's a virus against data. So let's give it a shot and see if we actually win. Here we go. Nice. And he wins. Yeah, 3 battles. Very nice. Just 12 more to go, and we should be good. Great job, Octomon. Now let's see your other animations, just see it saying new. There we go. Octomon says new. And then we move on to sleeping animation. That's his sleeping animation. Alright, nothing surprising, just it bobbing up and down with his eyes closed. So that's Octomon's sleeping animation. And that's it for today's log for Octomon. If you haven't already, please go ahead and squirt some of Octomon's ink at the like and subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise, and I have playlists for Vital Bracelet PE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color right here. So please feel free to check them out. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!